What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Kimora Lee Simmons, if you guys remember her, she was married to Russell Simmons, and she's one of the most celebrated models from the St. Louis area. Shout out to the Lou. I love St. Louis. And the thing about Kimora Lee Simmons is that, you know, her and Russell Simmons had pretty public divorce. And at 48 years old, she now has 5 kids, 2 of them with Russell Simmons. But see, here's what's so interesting. After that, she had a child with Jomon Honsu, which she's 13. And she had another child, Wolf, with Tim Leisner, and an adopted child, Gary, in 2020. So these are 3 different baby daddies, 2 black men, 1 white man. And of course, she says, being a single mom, I think about all the kids all the time, my friends, their families, their friends, my kids, you know, all this stuff. Talking about how hard it is to be a single mom, right? I'm a single mom of 5 kids. I know how hard it can be, and I don't want to start crying, but it's Mother's Day. I know how that feels, like your kids to get up every day and only care about them. Look, Kimora, all due respect. And again, I mean, these are the people that are being celebrated in America, okay? I get it. Let's celebrate women who are single moms, you know, because that's the way the culture is going. Kimora Lee Simmons had access to some very rich people in her life. Russell Simmons didn't work out. But this guy, Tim Leisner, was a crook, a con artist, a fraud. You married a fraud. A guy who was such a fraud. He conned your husband, Russell Simmons, out of some money, okay? A dusty dude. He helped orchestrate the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal. It's one of the biggest financial scandals in history, in which billions of dollars were stolen, all right? He was banned by the Securities and Exchange Commission and forced to pay a $43 million fine. Former manager director at Goldman Sachs. So now, after you have had 3 different guys, couldn't work out with any of them, whose fault is that? Again, like, I can understand, possibly, if we're dealing with a woman out there who's from the projects or in urban black America, didn't really have an opportunity to meet a guy or something like that, okay, fine. Maybe I would be more inclined to feel a little different about the situation. But Kimora, you had it made. It wasn't like your career would have been very successful without Russell Simmons. Literally, you got handpicked, okay? 3 different baby daddies, 2 marriages. But now let's talk about how, you know, you're managing being a single mom. How do you do that? And the thing about it is, at least for her, you have access to the industry, so you have some money. Your kids are all over the age spectrum, right? What about the woman out there in Black America who has 4 kids by 4 different guys and is living in extreme poverty? And then this is a particular individual talking about that there's no resources for people like her. And, you know, like, people start crying about, you know, how unfair it is. Women need more support, this and that. And I get it, you know, people need support, but people also need to make better decisions. This is the thing that we're not going to get away from. How do you do that? How do you have, you know, 4 kids, 3 different men, all of the men that you meet, you would expect are high quality men. One is a fraudster, and you couldn't make it work out. And now, at age 48, and she still looks good, I just haven't heard that somebody's beating down her door. So the question is, do your kids deserve their dad? I believe Russell Simmons is like in Bali, so that's out. All right? What is it about, guys? Women and their ability And like I said, not making the best decisions. And all of a sudden, like, the one thing I don't like is, let's celebrate. We're going to celebrate everybody for the decisions they make. Let's celebrate this. CNN wrote one of the most terrible articles on why we need to celebrate single moms. And again, I understand that single moms, we have good ones out there and things like that. What I'm talking about is this what you want for the culture to become? Like, is this what we're looking for, guys? That's what I'm asking. Are we looking for that? Are we living our lives such that, you know what? Let's do this behavior, which doesn't bring any wealth. It doesn't protect kids as much as being married. So let's continue to do that. And like, you couldn't work it out with any of the baby daddies long term. See, they can get away with that when you have money. But so many women will get inspired by her only to find out you can't do what Kimora Lee Simmons is doing. You don't have what it takes because you're not her. You don't live that life. You don't have those resources. You don't have those friends. You don't have those interconnections like that. You're not plugged in. You're a normal lady that's coming up in a normal city from a normal family, living in Little Rock, Arkansas, something like that. That's you. Okay? That's you. So why are you out here acting like you have that opportunity when you don't? You don't. And it's so sad, man. I mean, like, seriously, it is sad as hell when you see this crap. It is completely terrible. And then you get to see and especially for the young men, I'll say that in the most part, when black young men come out from a lot of these single parent homes, what I've noticed is that these men have no real ability to work with one another at all. That's the one thing that I say is very scary and sad. These young black men can't work with each other. And then they have no ability to really, for the most part, be the masculine men they need to be for their women. And then women start complaining about these guys, about how they can't do anything, how they can't get anything done right. What did we expect them to become? That's what we're doing. We're pretty much designing these guys to not become anything. But we want to be mad about it. Guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all the discovery the bell. We're out.